Hello and namaste. Welcome to today's guided meditation. We will just begin by finding any comfortable meditative posture. Once you have adopted the shape, just allow the body to settle. Close softly down the eyes. Just let the eyeballs come deep back into the sockets, softening the creases of the eyes next to the nose and the tops of the cheekbones, just allowing them to fall away and down the face. Allow the eyebrows to gently pull away from each other and just relax through the facial muscles. Draw your awareness to where the breath is entering and exiting the nostrils. Just rest the awareness here for a few moments, noticing the breath as it enters, witnessing the breath as it exits, letting go of the need to control the breath and just rather accept the natural, effortless movement of the breath as it breathes completely on its own. Begin to sharpen the awareness by possibly noticing the flaring of the nostril walls on the inhalation, the coolness of temperature on the inhalation, and then the change, the warmth, the heat as the air leaves the body, and the change of movement on the nostrils as it exits. And then we very gently bring our awareness to the noises that surround us within the moment. Simply just listening as though we were hearing for the first time. Noticing any sounds that exist within the now. Trying not to judge them, not to analyze them, not to fixate or obsess over them, but simply just witnessing, noticing, hearing. Become aware of how often it's the louder, noisier sounds that grab our attention first. So search for the subtle, the softer noises within the moment. Maybe a sound that is further away in the background. Once again, just listening in. Allowing the noises just to enter the earlobes and exit the earlobes without a dialogue attached to it. And now I invite you to let go of the concept of what it is to hear noise. Let go of the sounds. And see if you can also listen into the silence that exists within this moment. Even though the sounds are present, there is also a silence that is present. However, we are often too busy and too fixated by the more obvious sounds to notice the subtlety of silence that exists within the moment. Remaining aware of this silence, start to come into noticing now the movement of the body, the rise and fall of the breath in the chest and the abdomen. The nostril movement, the sensation on the top upper lip as the breath exits. Maybe a gentle tingling, pins and needles, subtle sensation in the palms and the soles of the feet. Maybe there is a bold sensation that the mind wants to fixate upon. Once again, try not to label, try not to judge, but rather just observe as a whole. Just becoming witness to the movement that exists both around us and within us. And then, no different to the noises, try to let go of the concept of movement and see if you can also notice the stillness that exists within this moment. That although there is a lot of movement continually going on within us and surrounding us, there is also a stillness that exists within the moment. And now we take these understandings of the contrast of movement and stillness and noise and silence into observing the busyness, the dialogue, the chatter of the mind. We notice and we witness the dialogue. We observe the chatter, and once again we let go of the concept of thinking and see if we can be aware of the emptiness that also exists within the mind, the spaciousness that is present. No different to when loud noises try to grab our attention, our thoughts and bold thinking grabs our attention too. But beyond this concept of chatter, beyond the busyness of the mind is empty spaciousness that is also forever present. And so it's not a matter of using the intellectual mind to understand this, but rather surrendering to the intellectual mind and just allowing the awareness to rest within that spaciousness, within that emptiness. And so as we rest within that space of emptiness, space of stillness and that space of silence that also exists within every moment. We recognize the consciousness within us. It's no different to the consciousness around us. And that the contrast of noise, the prominence of movement, and the busyness of the mind is nothing but an object which we choose to give our attention to. But as we search and surrender to the subtle, we find stillness, we find silence, and we find space. With a knowing that the spaciousness exists within us always. Gently now allow the awareness to come back to noticing the noises. Allow the awareness to come back to noticing the movement. Noticing what surrounds us and noticing what's within us. And then slowly you can begin to flutter the eyes open, and we come back into the body and back into this life. Namaste.